instructions, but I'm going to make sure that the video will be uploaded to a website that I'm creating right now for this group so that everyone has access to it afterwards, because we're just getting started and I want to make sure that everyone feels equipped with the information to start on this journey. So hi Debbie, hi Jess, hi Tori. So exciting, and thank you guys for taking the time to introduce yourselves and to share a little bit about who you are and what your goals are. I think, you know, in general, this is a detox journey that I put together with a couple of friends, and it's all about body, spirit, and mind. And I'm going to explain that in a minute, why it is important not just to focus on weight loss or just to focus on, you know, the body, why it is so important to also include the mind. And we're going to talk about that throughout this journey. So, but ultimately, what I heard from many of you was, I'm really afraid. What are you guys afraid of? Go ahead and let's use our chat box and let's make this as interactive as possible, because we're here to do this together. This is going to be a journey that we will grow together. We will challenge each other. We'll probably celebrate and cry together. So Amy says she's afraid of failure. And so I'm going to address that today, actually, Amy, because ultimately, if you do something to move towards wellness in your body and to move towards detoxing, you're already a step ahead than where you were. So failure keeps coming up. Leah says that and Joelle says that. So the only way you can fail is if you quit. So that is completely in your control. Nobody else can make you fail at this except for you. I hope that makes you feel better. Like, no one can control that. You know, when I started this journey with 2 of my teenagers, if they wanted to quit, that would have been their choice, right? But they wouldn't make me quit. But because we all kind of like did it together, we held each other accountable, and they're like, Mom, did you cheat? I'm like, no. Did you cheat? No, I would feel so guilty, right? Beth says not being able to do this, to mess up because I'm not prepared. Well, that's what we're here for, Jess. We're going to help you get prepared. Feeling hungry and cheating, Cherry says. Again, I'm really hoping that I'm going to equip you enough that you can get through this and succeed at this, okay? But I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to start with your mindset. I really 100% believe that it all starts right here. If you make failure so big in your head right now, if you're so afraid and you're giving all that power to failure, then you will probably follow in that path, okay? You have to control your mindset and you have to control your thinking, and you can totally do that. I coach people all the time on having a healthy mindset. And you also need to remember that the feeling of fear is often actually misused. It really is more likely a feeling of the unknown. Like, I didn't know what this was going to do to my body. I was really kind of like more scared of the unknown than anything else. And when I made up my mind that I'm going to do this and there's absolutely no way I'm going to let myself quit, it was kind of like done. That fear was gone. I knew I wouldn't do it perfect, and nobody expects you to do anything perfect, but you just got to make that commitment in your mind, and you got to commit to something that is doable for you. So why I want to do this introduction video is because it is important that you look at your life right now and you decide what works for you. So for example, there might be somebody here today that says, you know what, I could maybe commit to a 3-day juicing fast. That's all I can commit to. There might be someone that says, I can commit to a week, or I can commit to 2 weeks, or I'm going to go for the full 21 days. The reason it's 21 days, you guys, because actually scientifically proven, if you do something consecutively for 21 days, that's called a habit, And you're really actually creating something that you can then lead into a lifestyle. Because this is not going to be a crash diet, okay? This is not going to be something that, oh yeah, I tried that and that didn't work. This is something that I'm hoping that 2017 will actually be a life-changing year for you. How many of you would like that? How many of you here today, give me thumbs up if you say, you know what, I want this to be my last attempt and I want this to be life-changing. I want this to be something that really is a life-changing lifestyle for me and my family. I don't want to go back to my old habits when I'm done with 21 days or 30 days. How many of you would say you're in that category? Look at you guys. Awesome. Thumbs up. Fantastic. So we're in the right camp, you guys. And you know what I have found? When you communicate in a group, because we live in a virtual world, right? I'm in McKinney, Texas, and you guys are all over the United States and other countries. But when you're in a group of like-minded people that are going towards the same goal, there's real power in that. There is real power in that. You should be on this group a lot during the next 30 days. You should read other people's experience. You should read about their bios. It's really about connecting and walking this walk together. When I actually taught the marriage class and we're still in it, people have said, I would have quit a long time ago, maybe after even the first chapter, if it wasn't for the group holding me accountable. Hi, Mila. So this group is going to be your lifeline right now to your success. So the first thing is you've got to really commit to doing this. You need to also commit to doing your very best. Don't do this half-heartedly. Don't say, you know what, I'm going to try it and see how it works. And you know what? This is hard stuff. When we're going to talk about cutting off addictions, and the two things I heard more than anything was sugar and coffee, this is not easy. But you know what? What is 21 days or 30 days in comparison to the rest of your life? Like really, let's just get really real. What can that potentially do for your health and then moving forward? Also, be honest when you're struggling. Really important. Just be honest about it. Ask for advice. And don't beat yourself up if a day doesn't go bad. If you feel like you failed one day, you get the next day another chance. Don't throw in the towel if you feel like, you know what, I didn't do my very best. I created a little manual. Look at this. I've been really busy today working for you guys to create something that would be doable, accessible, and also understandable on how to get through this. Now, some of you are here because you're really looking for weight loss, and I will encourage you to absolutely do a minimum of a 3-day juicing fast if you want to get good results with weight loss. As we go through these next few days, I'm going to set you guys up with meal planning. Moderate weight loss, you want to be more aggressive, maybe you want to just build lean muscle. I'm going to give you the tools to help you achieve your goal, because this is really about a personal journey where you want to be. But I'm going to go through the basics today on the detoxing, because I know many of you have joined because Ruth says it sounds scary. It's really not scary. You guys, look at me. It is day 16. I haven't had a meal in 16 days. Do I look scary? Do I look beaten up? Do I look like I'm falling off, life? I have actually never felt better. It's pretty crazy how good I feel. I know many of you are scared of headaches, okay? And yesterday I got my first headache after the initial first day, okay? And normally I would have grabbed an ibuprofen, and if I don't, it can linger quite a bit. But instead, I made myself a fresh pressed juice. I ended up drinking a cup of Yerba Mate, which is what I highly recommend, you guys. Write this down, okay? It's called Yerba Mate Come to Life. It's basically little tea bags. They come from natural leaves. So if you look at it, it really is like dried up leaves. It has natural caffeine. It's totally allowed for the detox. And I start my day now with this and a spoonful of raw honey. Now, the first day of detox, I wanted to die. I'm going to be really honest with you. Pick the day where you can really be at home and like just totally don't have a ton going on. You know, maybe that needs to be a Saturday or Sunday. But really you want to start your day not like on Monday when your week is starting and you need to be out and about, okay? But this will help you with your caffeine headaches, okay? So make sure you buy this ahead of time. The next 3 days should be preparation. And I'm also going to recommend, oh, by the way, I wanted to say this. This group is not about pushing products or running a sales pitch towards anyone. I will recommend certain products that I know works, that I have experience with, and that I recommend for cost reasons and for effectiveness. Now, that doesn't mean that that's the only way that this is going to work for you. If you have other companies that you trust and you purchase your products from, by all means, do whatever feels right to you, okay? So when I recommend a product, it doesn't mean that's the only one. However, if you trust me and you want my opinion as I've gone through this and I've done product comparison, then follow my suggestions. But please, please, please do not at any sorts feel like that this is a sales pitch of anything, okay? So I want to make sure I make this very clear because my goal here is to help you guys have success through this detox journey. So I'm going to go a little bit through this manual because many of you have asked me, how do we even start? What do I do? I feel so lost with even thinking of where to get started, okay? And I'm going to upload this on the group and then you can also go through that. And Jess says, will you help us with a grocery list? Yes, I will absolutely help you with that because I feel like I've gotten a really good hand on this. I've done a ton of reading, comparing, studying, and I just absolutely feel equipped to help you guys. So toxicity is the #1 cause why our body has disease. There's many of you that have mentioned different diseases that you're struggling with. And so it's not really one fix. It's not like you need to have this detox for this problem and this. It really comes down to one thing, and that is cellular malfunction, and it is the disease of the cell. So the first step to health and healing is to eliminate and cut out. Take note, okay? Consumption of white flour, fast foods, meat and dairy products, including soda, excessive salt, food with chemical preservatives. In short, eliminate all processed food. Now, again, we're going to go through baby steps here, okay? It doesn't mean like you got to get in your kitchen and throw away everything that's in there. We're going to gradually move towards a whole food kind of home. We're going to reintroduce the way that your body actually should eat and hopefully teach your children to have a better lifestyle. You guys, and this is the other question people have asked me, well, does this cost anything? Yes, it's going to cost you something. Absolutely. But here's the other thing. Doesn't it cost you right now to kill your body? Doesn't it cost you to stop at Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, taco places, all these other fast food places? Do they give you food for free or does it cost you money? Does it cost you to buy junk food? Yes. And does it cost you to be sick? Yes. How many of you are running to the doctors, getting prescription drugs, and all that money being spent cost you money? So yes, this will cost you money. You're going to have to buy groceries. You're going to have to buy certain products to help you get through a detox. But what you need to think about is I am shifting the way I spend my money, okay? So instead of buying my coffee, now I'm buying this, okay? Instead of buying soda, I'm going to buy something different for my children. So I want you to think about not what is this going to cost me, but I want you to think about this. What is this going to save you in the long run? Feeling good, you cannot put a price tag on that. You absolutely can't. And your body and your health is your greatest asset. If you're not healthy, what can you do in life? So this is really about helping you to do this with minimum cost, but yes, it's going to cost you something. For example, if you don't have a juicer and you want to do a juice detox, you have to get a juicer, okay? A Ninja or a Bullet or these blenders will not work. You've got to get a juicer. Now, there's all kinds of juicers out there, and I will tell you, don't go with the most expensive, don't go with the cheapest, go in the middle. It needs to be quality, and it needs to be something that doesn't leave a lot of juice in the pulp, but you want to get the most juice pressed. Read reviews and just go for the middle. That's what I would recommend, okay? So, second, remove the toxic soup from the blood, tissues, and organs, which cause purification. And then third, we're going to drink a lot of clean water, exercise, and sweat more. You want to really get into a sweating mode, because here's the thing, you guys. When you start the detox program, you have to remember you're loaded up with toxins. Through this detox with juicing and some products that I'm going to recommend for you, they're going to be loosened up, and they need to come out through the colon, through your cells, through sweating. And so we're going to help your body get rid of the toxins, because if you don't do that, they're just going to get stored in your colon and you're going to have issues. All right. So this is no joke. This is really important that you follow instructions. So toxicity causes cellular malfunction through plaque buildup and around the cell, labeled as cardiovascular disease, arthritis, diabetes, depression, chronic fatigue, cancer, obesity, premature aging, and so much more. So we produce or take in more toxins than we eliminate on a daily basis, and our bodies will store these toxic waste in blood, fatty tissues, organs, and bones. That's where the issue starts. Now, the path of the least resistance in your body is going to be the target zone. So if your heart is weak, guess what happens? You're going to end up with heart disease. If your kidney is weak, you're going to end up in problems with your kidneys, and so on and so forth. So the disease will manifest where your body is the weakest, and that's where disease is labeled. So let me tell you this. It is our ignorance, lack of self-discipline, overindulgence, addiction to convenience, belief in corporate-controlled media, and trust in mainstream medicine. And we have fallen victim to pharmaceuticals, including vaccinations. And I know that's where lots of the road split, but a lot of it is overly done. Caffeine, carbonated beverages, processed and artificial sugars, food additives, taste enhancers, sodium chloride, alcohol, and tobacco, and it keeps us coming back for more. So that's where we're seeing all this problem, and we want to eliminate that. So through the purification, which is the purification system, physical, mental, spiritual, you may appear that is basically changing your lifestyle. And so what we want to do is we want to start moving towards a more organic food, juicing, exercising, and discontinuing those bad habits that we currently have. Now, we also want to make sure that we eliminate things like sugar, chocolate, alcohol, drinking coffee and sodas. Now, when you go through a detox, you're going to, you may have some symptoms in the first 3 days, okay? I'm going to tell you what they may look like. I didn't have them, okay? But I want to make sure that you guys are prepared and not feel like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? So you may feel brain fog, clogged up sinuses, constipation, cough, diarrhea, fatigue, fever, flu-type symptoms, cold symptoms, gas, bloatiness, headache, irritability, moodiness, nausea, rashes on your skin, and stomach ache. That could happen as you're detoxing, but it shouldn't last more than 3 to 5 days, if that. So make sure that you know that. And remember, I'm going to post this on our group so you can get yourself prepared. But remember, what is happening is you're detoxing. Toxins are being pulled from all areas of your body, and we're going to help you flush them through, okay? So what if you feel sick during that time? I also gave you a bunch of instructions what you can do to help your body. You want to make sure you drink lots of water, okay? You need to take your body weight, so whatever you weigh, cut that in half, and that is how many ounces of liquid. When you do the juicing, it's juicing and pure water. Try to drink pure water. So not tap water, and definitely not bottled water. You can get a purifying filter system at the grocery store if you don't want to spend a lot of money on a purifying system, but please try to drink as pure water as possible. Really, really, really important, because remember, we don't want to put more toxins in our body. We want to pull them out. Okay, so that is really important about the water. Now, living nutrients. Enzymes are found in all living things, and including raw foods and green vegetable fruits, juices, and those that are cooked at a temperature of about 116 degrees. Enzymes aid the transforming proteins from the amino acids. So enzymes are very important, and you will get the living enzymes through the juicing. All right. So that's another reasons why I personally recommend a product that's called GoodZymes, especially if you struggle with your tummy. If you have issues with your digestive system, if you have acid reflux and you struggle with digesting, GoodZymes is a product that can help you tremendously. And it's something you cannot do enough. I mean, lots of people will take this 15 minutes before they eat every time because they don't have enough natural enzymes to break down the food and the protein and then to actually help bring the nutrients into the bloodstream. So this is actually a product I personally recommend throughout the detoxing and then further on because this will help you enzymes. You should also have a good probiotic that you take throughout the detoxing. Again, I recommend Florify. Again, if you have ever heard of the company Maluka, they have great products that I stand behind 100%. You may even have some friends that are currently using their product. They can help you and tell you a little bit more about it, how you can get it at a great discounted price. I also recommend that you add a quality omega-3, and I talk about that in the manual. Very, very important for your brain health and for your cells. Your cells need omega-3. Very important. As we're detoxing, we're also rebuilding, and you need to make sure that you're adding the good stuff to your cells that you need. You need a quality multivitamin. I recommend the Oligo brand. Again, if you don't know anything about these products, reach out to me or your friends, and they can help you with that. And the other thing is you want to make sure that you do not touch any products with aspartame in it. Very important. Aspartame will absolutely kill you. Bottom line, even gums. And again, if you want to chew on gum, find something that's aspartame free. Maluka makes those as well. Very inexpensive. You can use stevia. You can use raw honey, agave. There's all kinds of ways that you can use good sweetener the natural way. Now, the optional things to, one more thing, guys, and this is very, very, very important. Probably one of the most important things that you need to have during the detox. You need to have a colon cleansing product. You have to have that, otherwise you're going to really struggle. As your body is removing toxins, and normally it's your liver that does all the detoxing, but this is an intense way to detox. Your colon is going to work extra hard to detox. Coffee enemas, okay? I know you probably think, what the heck is that? This is the coffee enema. I'm actually going to get ready today to do that. And also, there's 2 products I recommend. It depends how much you want to spend. So from the doctor that got me started on this system, that's Gary Tensky, in my original kit that I purchased, I got Oxytox, okay? This basically helps stimulate your colon, and it helps to really create that kind of a loose, not watery, but loose bowel, and you should at least have 1 to 3 bowel movements a day. Remember, we're detoxing, guys, okay? Flushing, flushing, flushing. So the more I learned about this product, I also have a product that you can purchase for less than half the price. So it depends how much you want to spend, and that is FiberWise. So this is $50 if you want to buy it from Dr. Gary Tensky. FiberWise, which I prefer, is from Maluka. So if you have a Maluka account, get FiberWise. It's $20 for 30-day supply. So this will last you through your 30 days. If you don't know anything about Maluka, reach out to me and I'll tell you about it, how you can get that product. But this right here will help detox your colon. It will also, because it has 7 natural fibers, it has insoluble, soluble. Let me tell you a little bit about the benefits actually right here. It helps lower cholesterol. It reduces cholesterol, the bad one. It helps sweep away fat and toxins to support overall health. If you don't add a colon cleansing product to your detox, you will probably struggle just because it's going to collect in your colon. So you've got to make sure you get rid of it, okay? So this right here is $50. This is $20. So if you have a budget and you want to make sure you do it effectively and efficient, I would go with the FiberWise. And the benefits are the same. This is a drink, those are capsules, okay? Again, if you have questions, please make sure you reach out to me and ask, all right? Now, for those of you that are, coffee enemas, yes, I already talked about that. The other thing you want to get is you want to go to Walmart or Target and get a mini rebound trampoline, okay? Now, the reason you want to do that is because rebounding is the most effective way to get the lymphs moving in your body. It is a good low impact aerobic exercise, bouncing on a mini trampoline for 5 to 20 minutes daily. This will stimulate the lymph nodes in your neck, in your chest, and is going to drain toxins into your bloodstream for the removal by the body by rebounding at least once a day. I think we spend $27 on our little rebound trampoline. It's nothing super high quality, but I turn on a show and I stand there and I just bounce for 20 to 30 minutes. And so I know the toxins are being stimulated and moved, okay? So you want to make sure you get that. But remember, I wrote this all down, so don't feel like you're getting overwhelmed, all right? Sauna, you want to be sweating, okay? So if you have a local gym or a sauna place that you can go to, you want to make sure that you do that. Try to do it once a day, every other day, but you want to get sweating. Very important. And then when you are actually doing your juicing, you want to make sure you get organic vegetables and fruit. Very, very important. Now, the way that I do it, you guys, is I look at basically what's on sale. And I buy the basics. So if you want to take notes, let me give you the basics that is very inexpensive and organic and makes great juices, okay? So, and by the way, let's make sure we're not pitching to anyone about Melaleuca. I know there's a lot of Melaleuca customers here. Basically, somebody invited somebody and they should go to that person to let them help them, okay? So I want to make sure this is not becoming a sales floor for anyone. I just want to be really careful because this is not about a company. This is about helping people get well. And I want to make sure we meet people where they're at and nobody feels like this is becoming a sales pitch. Can we just all agree on that? This is really important to me just because I want to make sure we keep the integrity really high. And most likely someone was invited by someone and they probably know a little bit about the company and they should go to that person and help them. So I hope we can agree on that, not to step on anybody's toes because we want to keep our integrity and I want to make sure nobody feels sold to, okay? Just that really, really is important to me. There's lots of great other products out there. You know, you can go and shop in other places. But I just want to make sure that this is not becoming, oh my gosh, this is a sales pitch of, Arbonne, Melaleuca, it works, whatever. This is not about that, okay? So let's make sure we don't pitch. I recommend the Melaleuca store because I've been shopping there for 10 years and it is by far, in my opinion, the best one. But I do think that, if you have a friend in here and they reach out to you, great. But let's make sure we keep our integrity really high and not make this about a sales pitch. All right, cool. So organic, I was going to go with really quickly the organic section. You want to get organic fruits and vegetable, because of the way that they're grown, so you get more nutrients out of that. Because remember, now you're concentrating. You're taking a whole bunch of vegetables and you're now putting that in a juice, and so you're getting concentrated product. So you don't want to get concentrated pesticides or concentrated parasites, okay? So you want to make sure, let me see. You can absolutely do detoxing with a nursing child, but it needs to be moderate. So please message me and I'll help you a little bit with that, okay? So the way I do it, we've got Sprouts and we've got Kroger, and I just kind of look. Now, kale is super cheap organic. You want to get kale. You want to get spinach, and if you have a membership to oh my gosh, just my brain, not Sam's Club. Holy cow, help me out, you guys. I'm like totally having a brain fog here. Costco. Thank you, Amy. I'm like total brain fog. Hello. So Costco has a lot of organic fruits and vegetables. So we get our big bag of carrots from Costco. Thank you guys. You're all such great helpers. We get our spinach box for $4 from Costco and other things. So spinach, carrots, green apples. That's the only fruit that's allowed in juicing through this detox. Don't juice any other fruit. You can eat fruit after the 3rd day. You cannot put that in your juicing through this detox because it's high in sugar. And remember, we want to lower our sugars, even the natural sugars, okay? So don't get kiwis and melons, and you can do that later on as a dessert. But through the detox, you want to stick with vegetables. The greener, the better, okay? So we buy spinach, and we buy kale and celery, carrots, green apple. Let's see, what else do we put in there often? And different kinds, beets. Beets and carrots are sweeter. So if you're starting this out and you're not a big person on vegetables like Erin, that was her biggest I don't like vegetables. Start with a few green leaves and then add lots of carrots and beets to it, and that makes it sweeter. And then you're kind of building your taste buds back up to where they should be, okay? Green apples, organic. Just green apples, organic. I buy them in a 3 to 5 pound bag at Kroger's, and I think 5 pounds is like $5. And we go through those bags like crazy. But remember, we're just shopping differently. We're still spending money, but before you were buying, all the processed and all the other stuff, but now you're buying more wholesome. Bananas, be kind of lower in that, again, because they're high in sugar. So I'm going to give you guys kind of the rundown, okay? You do want to get a good multivitamin. And again, like I said, I recommend the Oligo brand because it's like $16.99 for a 30-day supply. So you're going to get your minerals and vitamins through your supplements, okay? You can add spices as long as they're organic. You just want to keep your mindset right now. Organic, raw. That's really where you want to go with this. So let me give you kind of the basics of the start. The first 2 days are just juices, okay? And then if you're using your supplements like your fiber and your enzymes and your probiotic, and that's something, and please let me know what you're choosing to use, and then I can kind of help you guide with what you should take when. Now, one thing that I do highly recommend, and you can only get this through a licensed naturopath. It's called the Basic Detoxification Kit. Dr. Gary Tunsky sells it for $70, and it's 3 little bottles, and basically we put in 20 drops in the morning and 20 drops at night in our lemon spiked water. Now, if you want to spend the whole $300 and get his entire kit, you can do that, but I do know people are on a budget, so I'm trying to help you guys do this with as minimum spending as possible, okay? This right here actually does liver function, lymphatic, and kidney. So it systematically works through your system and detoxifies your body. And we basically drink it in the morning and at night with our water. So I make my water in the morning with a pressed lemon. I add my drops. I do the same thing in the evening. And I know that I'm being basically detoxed in those 3 areas. Not something you have to do. Now you can totally just do juicing, but I'm just trying to give you different ways that you can say, hey, this is what really I want to do. This is my budget, and that's what I want to do, okay? So you can still have your water with just a lemon in it. You want to do lemon because it helps your liver detox, okay? So fresh pressed organic lemon, and they're not expensive. It's lemon, yes, not lime, but lemon. And you want to make sure that you put that in your water in the morning and at night. And preferably, that should be your first thing that you're going to drink on an empty stomach before you do your first juice. Okay? So the first 2 days, we're going to do just juicing completely, nothing else. And you're going to be miserable. I'm just going to be really honest with you. But remember, we're all doing it. So we're all going to be miserable together. Can we just agree on that? It's going to be okay. If you feel really, really bad, just get on the group and have someone encourage you. I didn't have that. I just had my kiddos. And it really works doing this together. The 3rd day, morning, evening juice. And in the evening, you can have a raw plate, salad, raw vegetables cut up and sprinkled with some olive oil and some lemon. And you can replace that last juice with a raw plate, okay? So you can juice as much as you want. Like just before I got on the live video, I got a little hungry, so I pressed myself 4 carrots and 2 apples. Just drank that. I feel great, not hungry at all. The remainder of then, the rest of the time, it depends if you want to go for 21 days or 2 weeks, you want to have a minimum of 2 juices in the morning and at night, and you want to try to press them fresh and drink them because the enzymes begin to die off as soon as you start pressing them. And then during the day, you can eat raw foods. You can eat raw food bars if you're in a they're very expensive and they don't taste really good. I've tried a couple and I was like, yeah, I'll just stick with the nuts. I love making myself a little mixture of raw organic almonds and cashews and walnuts, and I put some dry organic banana chips in there. They're just banana chips, nothing added. You can get that as well. And I put it in a little baggie, and that's like my snacking. You can eat as many fruits and vegetables like all day long. However, listen to this, okay? The more you eat, the more you're slowing down the detox, okay? Even if it's organic and raw. The more you juice, and you just juice as much as you possibly can, the more you're detoxing quicker and most likely dropping more weight. For those of you that want aggressive weight loss, okay? You want to do more juicing rather than eating a lot of nuts. And for those of you that don't want to lose weight, that was me, and I still have lost weight, you guys, okay? I think I've lost right around 8 pounds already. Ugh. I wish I didn't, but I've been eating an avocado every day, sometimes 1.5. I've been eating a handful of nuts every day. I'm putting oil on my salad. I'm pretty much trying to eat as much fat as I can, and it's still not really sticking. So your body, when it's in the healthy state as it is, your body will actually continue to just eliminate excess fat. Like fat burns fat if it's healthy, okay? Have you ever tried sprouted raw almonds? They're so good. No, I haven't, so that would be something fun to do. And then for those of you that are struggling with sugar cravings, because remember, do as much as you can, and whatever you do is better than not doing it. Does that make sense, you guys? So don't feel like you need to be extreme, that you got to do the whole thing. You can do half of the detox. You can say, you know what, I'm going to juice morning and evening, and during the day, I'm going to have, you know, as much raw food as possible. After the 21 days, if you want to continue, you want to do 80% raw and 20% cooked. So you kind of go into a smaller portion. Your body will adjust, and your senses and your taste will adjust as well. Right now, if I eat raspberries, I can taste the sweetness of raspberries like never before. It blows me away. And I was a sugar, carb, and coffee junkie. So if you're worried about sugar, that was me. Carbs, that was 100% of my diet. And I was a coffee addict. I've been able to completely quit all of it without any bad feeling or anything at all. Anything. Thank you, Ruth. Absolutely. Now, there is one product that I want to mention to those of you that are really afraid of the sugar cravings, okay? And again, remember, there's other products in the grocery store that you can purchase. I haven't found anything like this. It's helped my husband drop 40 pounds, and he's been able to keep it off for 2 years now, and he consistently uses it. And it's called GC Control, okay? It's a natural blood sugar control product. Now, I'm going to tell you this, you guys. This is great for diabetics, by the way. Really, really highly recommended for diabetics. This right here helps you control blood sugar. It will also help you with your brain fog. It will help you have more energy, because the more your blood sugar is stable and it doesn't do spiking and dropping, which your juicing will help tremendously. But if you do at least one of these a day, it will tremendously help with your sugar cravings, tremendously. It is, it's only $40 as a preferred customer, and it's a whole month supply. Now, I've had people say, oh, I don't like the flavor. Well, too bad. You know what? If you want to get well, suck it up. You're not going to love the juice at first. You're not going to love it. I actually thought I'm going to puke the first time I drank this, okay? Yes, Jessica, after the first 3 days, okay? Erin just said GC Control helped her kick her Coke habit and her candy addiction. Donna Warren, if you're watching, this is what you need. Absolutely. She mentioned that she's addicted to sweet tea and is very afraid of letting that go. If you don't love it, just go with it, guys. This is not a trip to have a food tasting in Paris, okay? We're not here to develop our favorite foods. We're here to get healthy, right? And we need to absolutely do whatever it takes to get your body healthy. So if you're a really, really bad sugar craving person, you might need a little help. GC Control can help you tremendously in that. Completely helped my husband get in control of his cravings, and he's completely lost all the weight that he wanted. So again, I highly recommend that. You know, maybe there's other products out there that you can find, but that's something that has worked for us, both for my husband and my son. And again, we can recommend it because we have used it. If you are a person that loves carbonated drinks and you need to get rid of Coke and sodas and all the pop in your house, for your children especially, there's a product, again, that's very inexpensive. It's called Sustain. It's just $10.99 and it's 50 cents per serving, 3 grams of sugar. So you can replace the Coke and the sodas and the Sprites and all those carbonated drinks and replace it with Sustain, so it doesn't create a shock factor in your family. Because we don't want to just take away, we want to replace and add replacements to it, okay? So if you deal with heavy metals in your body, I can recommend Zeotox. It looks like this. And what we've been doing, we've been putting 10 drops of this every time in our juice, every single day, twice a day. Because if you've been vaccinated, you probably have heavy metals in your body. And a lot of people deal with allergies and other chronic illnesses, and it is actually because of the metal content in their bloodstream and in their body. And Zeotox can help you remove that. And again, you can get that from Dr. Gary Tunsky. I think it's $25 for this little bottle right here. So there are some products that I can recommend from him, but there are some that you can get less expensive and also, you know, again, save yourself some money there. During this process, we will keep you accountable and motivated. There is not a dumb question. If you have a question, it's valid to ask. Right now, I'm in the process of developing a website just for this group, and we're going to upload all the videos to it as I'm sharing and as our coaches are sharing different tips and ideas. We're going to make them accessible for you to watch. I'm going to upload the documents so that you have access to that. And then I just want to know from you guys, who's committed to doing this? How many of you watching right now can say, you know what? I'm scared. This sounds really foreign to me. But I'm committed. I'm going to do this. I want to start 2017 as the new year, but not just as a new year, but I want to feel better for good. Because aren't you just sick and tired of being sick and tired? Like, if we're just really honest with each other, look around and see how many people are struggling. How many people are struggling just to even get out of bed? Never mind chase the kids all day. And then, you know, what a lot of people say is, well, you've got to have a lot of money to be healthy. I disagree. I highly disagree. I think you just have to make different choices. You are in charge of your wallet, and especially if you've got younger kids, you can control what comes into your house. If you want to do what we did, we went through our cupboards and we just decided, you know what? If it's white and refined sugar and flour, we're just going to get rid of it. We're not going to even finish it, eating it up. It's kind of like an alcoholic saying, I'm going to be done with alcohol, but I'm just going to finish up the 6-pack in the fridge. Would we tell him that's stupid? Right? We wouldn't tell a person and say, yeah, finish up all the alcohol in the house and then dry up. We would tell him, you know what, if you're ready, let's grab a garbage bag and let's just get everything in there that can potentially hurt your body. We wouldn't give our kids drugs and alcohol. Why do we give our children poisonous food that we know ultimately will make them sick? Right? So let's be smart. Let's lead with example, and let's make this really the best year ever. And so in the next few days, to get ready and to get prepared, get the products that I mentioned to you. Get a good juicer. Again, go with the middle line. Don't go with the expensive or the really cheap one. Go with the middle line so that you have quality. Get your Rebound trampoline from Walmart. Again, inexpensive. It doesn't have to be expensive. And definitely you want to make sure you have something for your colon. Like I said, I recommend FiberWise and Florify, probiotic and fiber, because you've got to make sure as the toxins are being pulled out that you can actually eliminate them, because if you don't, you're going to be in trouble. All right, any specific questions before we shut down the video and I'll post it? I'll just wait a second. If there's any questions or comments, I see a lot of commitments. I'm so excited, and I'm so excited for this journey that we're all getting on together. I think this is going to be a fantastic, fantastic year for many, many of us. So if there's no other questions, I will go ahead and just post the video, and then ask questions on the side. Make sure that you encourage your friends, if you have invited them, that they come on and also watch the Getting Started video, and then we'll get started. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I will go ahead and post it.